Welcome to Commander Pop Culture, a place to gather magical information with some laughs, might I add. Hello everyone, playing my extra deep RNG. I won the die roll, excellent. If you don't know, I built this deck a while ago. I just finished up recording the spoiler review for Outlaws of Thunder Junction, so if you want to catch up on all that, you can. But if you just want to watch gameplay, you're in the right place too. I promised my viewers and subscribers that I play the decks that I build on the channel. I just fell behind because of all the spoilers. This is a good hand. 2 lands and a rock. We'll see what we can make of it. I do want some cheaper stuff. Play a personal tutor. I get to put a sorcery on top of my library. I think we just want some card advantage kind of stuff. Something nice and cheap for really early in this game. Because it puts it on top of your library, ideally you want to play this in the mid to late game and put one of your extra turn spells on top of your library and then attack with Kylox to guarantee that you get to go again.
Comforting you, calling out, I'm good, I'll never let you down, but if I do, I'm going to make things all better.
Because I have some very expensive cards in my hand, I kind of want to smooth out my early game as much as I can, and Expressive Iteration lets me see 2 cards, so that is why I picked it. I won't play it on turn 2, I'll play Is It Signet first, because I get to impulse something and I would like to impulse a land away and follow that up on turn 3. We're also against a Titania, Ertai, the Resurrected, and Belakar, the Dark Master. I probably butchered that name, not the best at enunciating them. You let me know in the comments below, spell it out phonetically for me. Kind of worried about the Ertai because my commander costs 7 mana and he could counter it. And make that all go to waste, so don't like to see that. I guess the Titania player made a mistake already. I don't know what they did, but shouldn't beat yourself too hard. We all make mistakes, especially me. I'm no perfect player, especially nowadays. When I was a bit of a spike player in Modern, I did make very many mistakes, but now I don't care as much. But I don't make as many mistakes as most people would. I'd say I'm above average when it comes to not making and I know a fair amount about the game, but I've been corrected on the channel. Keeps me humble, so thanks guys. All right, we're gonna tap the blue for Is It Signet because I have an island in hand already. I keep my maximum amount of options open. Okay, so Thran Dynamo is a nice big heavy rock. We'll put that in my hand. Brainstorm is great, but I want to make the land drop, so we're gonna put the Brainstorm on bottom, put this in exile. It's so tiny and was hidden from me. I was like, oh no, did I lose it? Okay, I can indeed play the land. Ooh, made me nervous. There must have been a patch update because every time they have a patch, everything gets changed in dimensions. Like the command zone and these piles here, they're all in a smaller space. The chat was all the way to the left, and I don't know, they do little minor stuff like that. If I haven't played in a while, it just defaults to something else. If you're thinking that I have a pile of junk in my hand, I assure you it's not. Everything that I pick and play has a purpose. Myriad in this deck is really good because when Kylox attacks, you sacrifice a bunch of creatures, and then based on its powers, how deep you go into your library for casting stuff for free, you just put everything on the stack properly so the Myriad trigger happens first, and then the Kylox happens after, and you sack the Myriad tokens. This in particular will let me go 8 cards deep alone. And then I have these one-off effects like Malek here. I have a couple of creatures that scale off of my instants and sorcery pile. So not only do I get this sweet stat block of power and a one-off kind of effect, but I also get to reduce my instants and sorceries by a significant margin. And I am running some very big, heavy-handed instants and sorceries. It kind of 2-for-1 helps me out in my game plan. Should I not be able to cheat big expensive spells out of my library with Kylox, I could do it the old-fashioned way. The blue-black player is leaving their mana up. Makes me kind of nervous. What sucks is if I get a lead and draw the ire of this person, the other 2 kind of get like an easy segue. You know what I mean? Gonna play like he doesn't have it. If he does, then so be it, I guess. Ooh, do I have anything that costs 4? Damn, all this is so expensive. This card is super good in this deck. Dika, the Fractal Theorist. I have 3 of these kinds of cards in my deck, where based on the spell's mana value, you get a scaling body. Acts just like Shark Typhoon. and in that scenario, also helps become sacrificial fodder that's effective for Kylox here. Oh man, the Dark Depths combo. Well, that's hard to interact with. What also sucks is he naturally drew that. He could also get pieces of that back with his commander. So even when we deal with this, if we can, it might not be enough because he could just do it again. And since I have the most developed board, I imagine I'll be the first one to get beat on by this thing. I don't know if the other 2 players will be in any kind of rush to deal with it. And if they have instant speed removal for this thing, they won't use it until this thing is coming at them as well. So it's really crappy for me. My fractal creature doesn't have flying. We're gonna try Malek here. And maybe I can draw a bunch of cards with Russian Knowledge. Maybe dig us out of this hole. I didn't find a land drop, unfortunately. Get rid of Charm. Being Skydiver isn't doing me any good. At least now I have a Treasure Cruise. Yeah, all right. Down to 20. I do have a bunch of flyers in my hand. I wish I saw a land or 2 lands so I could squeeze in this and this. I don't think I will though. Maybe if I put down the flyer, it'll encourage that person to attack somewhere else other than me. It's me, myself, and I. That's all right. I like a challenge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have enough for Spellheart and this, and I think Treasure Cruise as well. Yeah, let's do that. If he wants to counter me and make me useless, that's fine. Whatever. I've consigned myself to a death here. Everything I do is hopeful, I guess. This costs 3 less because of Malek or 5 mana. I would have to exile 4 things from my graveyard. Fortunately, that does cut into my count, but I need some life here. Soul Ringing bad draw. I got a Shark Typhoon. That could indefinitely block his thing over there. We're gonna tag you back for being a pill. Hopefully he doesn't have removal to deal with Spellheart Chimera. So if he does, then I die. There aren't a lot in green that he could play, but there's enough. Like he could play a fight spell, he could play X number of enchantments to neuter my Chimera so it doesn't have flying. We'll see. Maybe he takes pity on me. Maybe not, because I've seen the most cards, played the most cards, have the best developed board. No, still coming at me. That is all right. I'm not surprised that the blue player is his draw going. He's probably just going to let this keep beating his opponents to death and then turn his spells into effective 1-for-1 things. That's like the best scenario control that can be in, where trading 1-for-1 is perfectly okay. Trading 1-for-1 in a multiplayer game is normally not a good thing because you'll obviously run out of spells. And I guess the right player's just having mana problems.
Only 2 can play.
Well, we're going to play Soul Ring. Kylox costs 7. I can't play it and my Crackling Drake. I can play Shark Typhoon and Rise from the Tides. It's a flyer. Why not? It sucks that I can't get my commander down because I'm too busy dealing with this Merit Lage. I'm in a nice conundrum. Well, I'm going to at least make him hurt. Keep coming my way. Will not be gentle. Like, if he would stop and give me a breather, I might be a little more forgiving. But if he wants to keep trading with me and pave the way for this guy in the middle to just let us kill each other, then that's how it's gonna be. But that's the kind of vibe I'm getting right now. Next turn, it'll be pretty big if I get to keep my board and the middle player doesn't feel like countering my Kylox. Another Dark Depths Merit Lage setup. Well, I think this is a legendary creature. Yeah, he only gets to keep 1. You might break the game with these Scoot Swarms though. When you start putting on 7+ triggers on the stack in Moto, you start breaking the game. And if we reset, that'd be probably the worst outcome of all of this. There's no way that he lets me get this off, you know what I mean? Like, I have so much power on board, I would be allowed to go at least 20 cards deep if Kylox gets to hit the board and see combat. And I don't imagine any reason why this guy would allow that to happen. I think that'd be enough cards deep for me to get extra combats and extra turns, and he could break that up with his commander, any of those spells for that matter. This kind of strategy drives me nuts, just letting him sit here and do this. Well, we're gonna try. Wow, you let it happen. That's a surprise. Okay, let's go to combat. Let's turn some heads. I should attack the middle player, but that might just open the door. I guess it's too late. Trigger's gonna happen. He's not gonna get damaged anyways. All right, let's let the magic happen. Oh, made the left player surrender. I'm pretty sure someone will say that this is very masturbatory, but
I don't care.
I did the thing. That's all I really care about. And I wanted to show you the power of this deck, which I am demonstrating. Now I have my army here. We go to our next turn and I guess wall up people. He could have an Aetherize and bounce stuff, so I won't dedicate everything to him, just enough to lethally kill him. Well, I'm no mathematician, but I think that's a lot of power. Sorry, my fellow opponents, but this is a budget deck. I built this for $20. On Moto. In paper, it goes closer to $100. So if you're looking for a very powerful budget deck, you're looking at one. I think I had a lot of naysayers in the comments section, because when I built this list, not a lot of people liked it. People don't see the play patterns or can see the whole picture of a deck list, and people can be pretty judgmental, especially when you don't have a lot of big money in the list. But there's a lot more to it. You just need to know how to play things properly. Like, since I built the deck myself, I know what I want to be doing. I don't think the blue-black player was expecting me to do this. If he knew what I was packing, I wonder if he would even let this resolve. Yep, that's the game. That was turn 8, and that was with me dealing with a Merilage bearing its tentacles in my direction. Most people would have been throwing their arms in the air and giving up, but I'm not the type of player to do that, and I'm not the one to typically complain either. I like to solve problems, and solving problems from a losing position is fun to me. I don't see the need to complain, and like, I would have looked like a total ass if I complained about Merilage and how powerful that was, and did this to them later. So I didn't complain, because I believed in my deck construction, and I take pride in what I do. This is my list. If I had to complain about the issues with it, it's that you have a very top-heavy curve, but that just means you have a critical mass where you win the game. Some coupons to make it better, like Malek, was really bridging the gap in my mid-game really nicely by giving that 3 mana cost reduction for my spells. Without him, I probably couldn't have done what I did that game. I hit that Russian knowledge, saw fresh 5 cards, and was dealing with the Merilage the best I could with random flyers that I have in my deck until I managed to find Shark Typhoon and deal with it indefinitely. When I did the spoiler reviews for Mirza Karlov Manor, I was getting vibes that people weren't liking the set, mostly because of all the bad blood with artists stealing artwork not making sense in terms of it being in Ravnica. It felt more like a new Capenna set. I guess you could say I'm just an easy to please person. I don't care how the cards look, I care about what they do. And if they look good too, then that's just an incidental plus. I do own all these cards in paper. That's the kind of scenario where I care about how they look. I collect the full arts and what have you in real life paper because I could actually appreciate it. Here on Moto, everything looks ugly, so I don't really care how it looks. I just buy what's cheapest. And for $30, you can kick some sweet ass. I hope you all enjoyed. If you liked and stayed this long to watch, subscribe. I'm going to do some more gameplay, a lot more gameplay, and a lot more deck building for Outlaws of Thunder Junction. Until that set releases, I'll be playing at least 12 different commander decks because I love that set a lot. Everyone take care now. Bye.